Okay, so we're going to take a look at the Pak Sao movement now. So you do this in the form a couple times. You comes back after the Wu Sao, and then you parry across, or Pak Sao across to your shoulder, and then also in part C we come across with the Pak Sao as well. Now, when you practice in the form, you're going, at a full range of the actual shoulder joint. Yeah, you're coming all the way across to basically where, look, you could keep going, but this isn't shoulder joint movement now. This is more spine and hips, right? And you're working the full range of this movement so that you have an understanding in your body of the movement all the way across the body. Now, the reason I bring that up is because one of the biggest and most common mistakes I see when people start to apply Pak Sao is they still move the hand all the way across. So if Carlson is throwing a punch towards me with his left hand, I'll do it slowly just so you can observe, maybe if you go there, so I can see. As he comes across, let's just say my hand's in this position and it's coming through to hit me in the face, right? Coming through, and then I Pak Sao. If I go through the whole movement, now the problem with that is that I leave myself open to counter attacks from this area. Or if he's good and quick, he could just, sweep around and hook. Or even, if I go too far, he could press me across and start to go behind me and flank me. So that's a real common and obvious mistake. And what that looks like in more real time is that if Carlson's throwing like chain punches towards me, is that, see how I'm going all the way across, yeah? Too far. That's the biggest problem I see when starting out. So don't do that. So you practice it in the form because that gives you an understanding of the full range, and you can start to put the state in the power of the stance and the state into the whole movement. But really when you apply it, it's only just enough that's required. So in order for me to stop this punch coming towards me, all I need to do is give it a little bit. Once I've given it enough, I can still, if I keep my hand more in front of my center, I'm still protected and I'm ready to actually counter attack as well. So just enough, keep that in mind. So Pak Sao means parry hand. So essentially what a parry is, both in most martial arts, a parry is just pushing across or stopping a strike from coming towards you. So as Carlson's punch comes down towards me, I'm using a Pak Sao or a parry to stop it from coming to me. Now, the part of the hand that we like to use when we do a Pak Sao is the heel of the palm and the eye of the palm. Not so much the fingers, because especially when you start out, they're not so robust. So you're using this movement where your shoulder rotates, your elbow joint opens up to bring the heel of the palm and the eye of the palm to make contact with your opponent's arm. Now, ideally, you'll be getting it around about the wrist, around about. However, self-defense is quite dynamic, so you never know where you're going to catch it. You might catch it a bit early, you might catch it a bit late, but as long as you catch it, that's the whole point, is that you want to use the Pak Sao to stop someone from striking you, generally speaking. So that's in its defensive capacity. So Carlson throws a strike towards me, I can use the Pak Sao movement to stop. Throws another strike at me, use the Pak Sao movement to block, stop, or parry their force away. I'm not meeting his force head on, I'm hitting it from the side, which makes it quite easy to redirect. A simple example of that is if Carlson and I put our hands together, and he straighten your arm, straighten your arm, this arm. Yeah. So if we put force back into each other like this, right? It takes only a very little force to move that across, right? So that's the kind of concept of the parry, Pak Sao. Now, it not only has a defensive element, it also has an offensive element. Meaning you can use these across body Pak Saos for attacking as well. Now, there could be a far, so it could be a Pak Sao far from your body, or it could be close to your body. Really depends on where the range is. Perhaps we're in a scuffle and we're getting close towards each other. So we're here, we're fighting. And then now I'm in perfect range for Pak Sao to the head. So from here, I could use a Pak Sao here. Now, generally speaking, when the best target, in my opinion, for a Pak Sao, if you're in close and you can actually use it, is the eardrum. Remember, the context of self-defense is to incapacitate your opponent because they're trying to harm, maim, or kill you so that you can go home and be safe and eat noodles with your family, right? So we need to be thinking in a self-defense context, what target is available and how can I incapacitate them? Meaning, if we're in close here, I could throw hook punches, right? Yeah, that's valid, or I could throw uppercuts, but that may not actually incapacitate him. He might have a head as hard as a coconut and it doesn't break, or a bowling ball, whatever, choose your circular object. But a well-placed Pak Sao precisely to the eardrum will bust anyone's eardrum disturb their balance. Hopefully they hit the floor and you go home once again to eat noodles with a little bit of extra soy sauce if that's your thing. Now, so let's have a look at that. So offensively, maybe we're in close, we're at like more of a close wrestling or even close range combat. There's the eardrum there. Bang, yeah. The eye of the palm in this case will cover the whole of the ear and you'll slam that through the head like a bullet through, yeah? So it can be used offensively as well. So the Pak Sao is a very useful movement in self-defense, both offensively and defensively. Okay, we will go further into this with the exercises in the next videos. Once again, any questions, you know where to put them in the community. And please don't be shy. The more you interact and ask questions and get involved in the community, the more we all learn and grow together. So chuck them in there and I look forward to answering them as soon as I can, and also the community will jump in there too, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.